All Things Motoring is owned and brought to you by CHANGECARS, South Africa's trusted online vehicle platform. Whether you're looking to buy, sell or just need advice, visit changecars.co.za.
This week on All Things Motoring, we chat to some new friends about their passion projects, as well as what it takes keeping these historical beauties alive. We then head out to see some sights and sounds of Mpumalanga and see what the Lowveld has to offer.
Now, back in 1930, there was a race between a Bentley and a steam train. Today we're at the Heidelberg Great Train Race to recreate that exact same thing with cars from the 1930s, dating back from like 1900 to 1930. So let's see who's going to win this time round.
A day like today, obviously, you've got old cars, old motorbikes, old aeroplanes, and then you have something like this, a steam train.
Old train.
But what saddens me today is that our youngsters are not going to experience something like this. Do you know anything about the Rovos rail? Other than it's smart?
Well, look, it's a steam train. I think I know enough. Yeah? It's a steam train.
So I, in 2019, had the pleasure of going with my girlfriend on the train, 5-star luxury. We talk about iconic,
Wow.
We talk about iconic trains. You get this, you get the blue train. I haven't had the pleasure of going on the blue train, so if the blue train management want to invite me, I'm available any day of the week.
I'll go with him.
Any month of the year, we're available.
Yeah.
But traveling on a train like this, 3 days, Joburg to Cape Town.
How long does it take to go from Joburg to Cape Town in a steam train, right?
Three days.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And I promise you, you're doing 40, 50 kilometers an hour. So you do the numbers, okay? What was strange for me at night, the constant movement when you're trying to sleep. However, the food on the Rovos rail, exceptional. Just walking around, seeing a couple of old cars. Here's something pretty unique that you won't see forget about every day, that you won't see every month. Triumph TR7, Triumph, a brand that is more famous for motorcycles. This particular vehicle, 1981, exceptionally neat. You can see as near as to original as possible and very, very well looked after. You get Mercedes, you get BMW and you get Audi fans. But I think it's fair to say the vast majority of South Africans would be leaning towards the BMW brand. Behind me is a car that is so instantly recognizable. The BMW 3-litre CSI. This particular shape came out in 1968 and was manufactured until 1975. To the best of my knowledge, only in 1974 and 75 did you get the 3-litre CSL. This particular one is manual in absolutely magnificent condition. Left-hand drive, so obviously came from Germany. What a beautiful machine.
So I found this beautiful young lady, Corinne. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
I'm well. So you own a classic retro-looking bike. I've never seen this before. What bike are we looking at here?
Yeah, this is a 2005 Ural sidecar, straight out of Russia.
Oh, so it's Russia.
It's Russian. It's a 750cc engine, and it's built to go over all kinds of terrain.
Wow. Did you import it, or is it sold here? Or how did you source it?
It's made in Russia, and then they're imported. And I bought it from the Ural dealers.
Oh, I see.
And I've done 30,000 Ks across the whole country on it.
So yeah, talk to me about the lifestyle owning this kind of bike. Obviously, because you don't see many people riding around on these. So what does the lifestyle look like? Do you go to breakfast runs? Do you travel like you say?
So we do breakfast runs once a month, but we also travel a lot. And I've traveled across the country. North, west, south. I've ridden to Cape Town on my own with the bike. Been camping. You can pack a whole lot of stuff in here.
I was about to ask you about that. Do you pack a human in there, or do you pack stuff in there?
So it's a lovely, comfortable ride for a passenger. It's actually called a monkey. Really? So if you ride along in the sidecar, you're actually called a monkey.
Oh, okay.
And very comfortable ride, but you can actually pack a whole lot of stuff in there. I carry extra fuel as well and a spare tire.
Oh, I see.
So we're quite equipped for cross country and traveling around doing adventures.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. And in terms of riding something like this, I'm a biker myself, and I've never ridden a bike with a sidecar. Normally you lean into corners and stuff. How different is this whole setup to like a normal bike?
Okay, so it's very different because you've got the sidecar on here. So as soon as you accelerate, you've got the drag effect of the sidecar.
On this side?
Yes,
yeah.
so it pulls you that way, to the left. And then the minute you decelerate or brake, you've got the inertia of the sidecar, so it swings you into the oncoming traffic if you're not careful.
Yeah.
And then right-hand and left-hand turns also have to be taken differently. A left-hand turn you take very carefully, very slowly, because otherwise you do what's called flying the chair, where the chair comes up and you end up on T-wheels with this trying to push you over. That centrifugal force pushes you over. So it's
So you've got to have your physics and all of that in check.
So if you've been a bike rider and you get a sidecar, you actually need to have a few lessons first.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll leave that to the experts. Corinne.
Thank you very much.
I heard there's a race here today. Old vintage aeroplanes, vintage trains, vintage motorcycles and vintage cars. I fancy my chances. We're 220 kilometers from Johannesburg on the N4 highway at the famous Millies. I say famous Millies because anybody that's driven from Johannesburg to the Lowveld without fail will stop at this institution. I'm with Gugu. What a wonderful drive. You got a mean set of wheels there. Tell us a little bit about what you're on.
Hello, good looking. I'm on the...
Thank you.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you're wearing the same jacket I am, so you have to be good looking.
I always copy you, my good man.
From time to time. So I'm on the Triumph Speed Twin 1200. It's a retro looking bike, but this is what matters. The look is also good, but it's also got the grunt to carry it
1200 V-twin, that is proper torque, am I right?
Proper linear torque. Probably one of my favorite engines out there on a bike.
It just sounds so amazing.
What are you on?
4.2 litre V8, also linear torque, non-turbo, top end, low end, revs to 8,400. You?
8,000. So we'll see.
How often do you have a car out revving a motorbike? When it's an R8, that's what it does.
So obviously we've got two mean machines. Where are we going? Tell us more.
To the beautiful town of Hazyview. We're going to do the panoramic route. Again, for all our viewers, I think it's well known the amount of waterfalls, the things to do. Head to Graskop, head to Pilgrim's Rest. We're going to do some incredible filming with these two machines.
Absolutely, I look forward to it.
Who's going to drive what?
Well, I think you're safer there, but will you be able to keep up is the question.
I'm going to try my best not to leave you behind.
Good luck.
The town of Pilgrim's Rest in Mpumalanga. This town, 150, 200 years old, early robbers, early miners, everything is here. But the most beautiful thing when you come to Pilgrim's Rest is there's still a sense that this town is as it once was. Above us, the corrugated iron roofs. We're in the beautiful garage, the museum, motor museum of Pilgrim's Rest. I don't imagine you seeing too much around you that's really tickling your fancy.
Look, I mean, except for the Model T right there, everything else is pretty ancient, but it's fascinating to see all these old things and the steam machine over there. What did they use that for, do you know?
I have not got a clue, but it's interesting you talk about the Model T. What is so important for our viewers, our younger viewers especially, where we are today is only because of that.
Yeah.
2.9 litre, 4-cylinder engine in that delivered a top speed of 60 kilometers an hour.
That's fairly decent, right?
Can you imagine trying to keep up with traffic in that in Joburg? In peak hour, you'll be fine, traveling at 5-6 kilometers an hour. But when you come to Pilgrim's Rest has had a little bit of a bad rap over the last few years. What I can say after spending the afternoon here, the town is clean, the people are friendly, the shops are open. What is the most iconic feature of Pilgrim's Rest? Which hotel? Come on.
It's got to be the Royal Hotel, right?
100%.
Still there, still exists.
Directly across the road from us, looking as authentic and as beautiful as ever. Now, question. We're going to go get a drink.
Of course.
We always got to stop, pit stops.
Yeah.
Do you know that you can still pan for gold in this town?
Is that why we're here? Is it your mission over here?
Somebody's got to pay for it.
Of course,
If all else fails, going to use the trusty Visa card.
But obviously after we've had our pit stop, we're going to have to head out like good drivers do, right?
Good racing drivers do.
Yeah.
But we're going to behave on the road as we always do.
As always.
Do you know that there's 2 magnificent passes that surround the town of Pilgrim's Rest?
I know of one. What's the other one?
You tell me the one you know of.
The Long Tom Pass.
The other one is called Robbers Pass. How do you think that pass got its name?
The bad boys. Am I correct?
The bad boys were in town. The Carpenters have a very famous song, and one of the lines is, "I'm on top of the world looking down on creation." Gugu, that song for me was written by Carol Carpenter, standing where we are looking at this. What do you think?
I don't even know the song, but based on the lyrics, I would believe that. This is stunning. It's one of those hidden gems, Mike. I didn't know existed. It's just one of those hidden gems in South Africa.
It truly is. We're in the town of Graskop at the beautiful Panorama Chalets. Visit this place. The view speaks for itself. They've got a beautiful restaurant here called Divine Foods. Awesome for a day visit. But I think what is key, you said you didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I funnily enough did. Doesn't make me better than you. Just makes me a bit more traveled. Remember, I've got 30 years or 40 years on you, mate. What do you think? Are there other treasures like this in South Africa?
I think they are, and I think we need to explore those treasures actually. So if you guys know of any other areas that you might think would be of interest to us, hidden gems, mail us, let us know. We'd love to visit you guys. What's the mail address again?
info@allthingsmotoring. It is our personal commitment. You write to us, I promise you, we will contact you. Look forward to visiting your city, your town, your dorp, your province, your farm. We're in.
We're in. It's a commitment. Deal? Deal.
chatting with Alan, the owner of this beautiful Citroen 2CV. Alan, this is possibly the most beautiful vehicle that I've seen of this type. Tell us a little bit about it.
I'm the caretaker. I bought it from an estate of Tony Bone. She was looked after by Tony for 20 years. I have done very little to it apart from polish it and drive it.
Well, it looks immaculate. Now, it's left-hand drive.
Yes.
How long would a vehicle like this have been in the country, and would you know where it came from?
We believe this one came from Austria.
Yeah.
I think it's been in the country at least 40 years.
Amazing.
Tony had it for 20. The lady who runs the Citroen Club had it for, I believe, another 10 years. So we're probably talking 40 odd. The car is a 1984.
Yeah.
So probably 40 years.
Amazing. Now, this type, roughly how many would you imagine are in South Africa? We've got a helicopter around us, incredible vibe, so there's a little bit of noise, we apologize.
That's fine. From the last count from one of the club members, I believe there's about 113.
113.
Yeah.
Now, again, I would have thought there would have been a hell of a lot less. 113 is a lot. Listen, it still makes it very rare. I mean, I think there are a few more Golf 2s around than this.
Yes, there is, probably.
If I may ask, something like this, the Citroen 2CV, what are they worth?
Between 150 to 200. A roughish one in the 150 category.
Right.
If you're in Europe, you could add 50 or 60%
Sure.
to that.
Alan, what would determine the value of these vehicles?
It would be the bodywork, the running of the engine. Is the engine in good condition? Has it been well maintained? The bodywork on these can be suspicious sometimes. They have a nasty habit of rusting on the floor pan. But all the panels are replaceable. You can buy all the panels and you can buy all the parts.
But cars of that period, it's fair to say that all cars rusted at that time.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
Yeah,
Now
they
the
do.
$1,000,000 question.
Yeah.
Driving a vehicle like this. Tell us about the driving experience.
It's a hoot. It puts a smile on your face every time you drive it. If you beep the horn when you're going around the suburbs, everybody waves back to you.
I can imagine.
It's a real fun thing to drive.
Manual gearbox?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How many speed?
4 speed.
4 speed. And I remember watching the iconic movie For Your Eyes Only, James Bond, 1977, and he did a little bit of tricks on this, put it on its roof. Is there some tricks to the gearbox?
It's an interesting gearbox. They're all in there somewhere. You just have to know where to find them. But then it's fun.
Alan, one of the things when I interview people, they always insist, they actually insist that I borrow their car and drive it for a month. Don't shake your head. Tell me, how long am I going to get it from you?
An afternoon.
Afternoon. It would be a privilege just to sit in it.
It's fun. You must
Lovely
try
chatting
it.
to you.
Nice to meet you.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Be good, behave. Thank you.
Bonjour to all our viewers. My name is Michel. Join me in my beautiful French accent and beautiful car.
I found myself a Bugatti, and I don't know much about this kind of Bugatti, but I found the owner of it. Knowles, how are you?
Well, thanks. Yourself?
Good, thank you. Nice to meet you. So tell me about this Bugatti over here. I've never seen anything like it before. What is the story here?
This particular car is a 1922 Type 13 Bugatti. It was built in 1922 as one of the factory team cars to race on the Isle of Man in the Tourist Trophy race in 1922.
Yeah.
After that, was sold to a British amateur driver with the surname of Marshall. He raced the car in various races in Europe and at Brooklands in the UK. After that, he sold it to a chap with the surname of Lancaster, who also raced it mainly at Brooklands. When Lancaster emigrated to South Africa in 1924, he brought the car with him.
Yeah.
So it's the first Bugatti to enter South Africa.
And you bought it from him?
No. The car went through quite a few owners.
Yeah.
Eventually ended up with a chap by the name of Gordon Henderson in Durban. Stayed with him. My dad bought it off his estate after he passed away. He was a captain of a fishing trawler, and the fishing trawler went missing. Wow. So he was declared dead, and my dad bought it in 1968 out of the estate. and he's had it ever since, and I inherited it from him in 2007.
Wow. So it's got quite a story.
It's
very, very interesting story.
It's a very unique bugatti in the sense that it is what is called the full Brescia.
Okay.
It's up to the most developed racing spec that the Brescias were developed to. It's a 1500cc with a roller bearing crankshaft, overhead camshaft, 16 valves.
Okay. 2 spark plugs per cylinder. Now, have you done any racing in this car yourself,
No,
or was it just?
not at all. No. No, there's, because it's unique, historic, scarce, no spares. We do drive it, but very, very carefully.
So how long has it been in your family's hands?
Well, since 1968.
1968. Wow. And you're not selling?
No.
You're not planning on getting rid of this?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Is there anything interesting we can look at? I mean, I see there's 2 levers over here. Outside of the car, the body of the car.
The one is the handbrake.
Okay, so that's on.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
It's now off. And this is the gear lever.
Oh.
And then the other strange thing is the fact that it's got the accelerator pedal in the middle.
Okay.
Not on the right hand side as we used to.
So where is the brake?
The brake pedal is on the right hand side. We would normally find the accelerator.
Okay.
But this has got a transmission brake.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Which means it's got a single brake shoe on the drivetrain. And the handbrake works on the 2 brake shoes at the back.
It works on the 2 back wheels.
Yeah.
So tell me, is there a reason why the brake is in the middle and the accelerator is on the right?
It's just the way they did those things.
Back in
those days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've gotten used to driving it like that?
Yeah. You learn.
Yeah, you learn. You learn the hard way.
You learn and you anticipate.
Nolts, thank you so much. I never thought I'd actually see a Bugatti in real life, especially one that's this classic and just old and has such a rich story.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Only
Many
pleasure.
happy miles in this thing.
Next week on All Things Motoring, we continue our epic Mpumalanga road trip. We check out a stunning collection of cars at the Casterbridge Motor Museum. We go on a 2-wheel tour down memory lane. We drive some of the most scenic roads South Africa has to offer. And have an amazing dinner in the bush with friends.
Okay, so I'm just going to be Mike for the day, see what it feels like to live the life of Michael Pursuit. He doesn't know I'm doing this, so I'll be back in a sec.
You feel it's going a little bit down.
Yeah,
It can happen, eh?
No, it's just
You're
digging
getting
in.
nervous here, old man.
It's just digging in.
Top end, low end. What does yours rev to?
We'll see how it goes out there. We'll see how it goes. I'll rev up to what, 6?
Should I do something there? I'll spin it there, on the grass. Hey?
Don't say yes, don't say yeah.
Are you ready to stop mumbling?
Next is gonna be, you're gonna be next.
I'm going to be in Top Gun 5 when everybody's forgotten about Top Gun 1 and Maverick and they don't have a clue how good the original shows were.
All Things Motoring is owned and brought to you by CHANGECARS, South Africa's trusted online vehicle platform. Whether you're looking to buy, sell or just need advice, visit changecars.co.za.